Out now. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Let me check. Make sure everything's crisp and clear before I get started. Yeah, check it out now. It's your man DJ Green. Okay. There we go. Always got to do the check. The mic check, now I mean. But yeah, welcome to the show. I'm DJ Green Hornet. This is the Digital Dust, No Bad Energy show. Tonight I'll be breaking down my latest or one of my latest mixtapes, Doughboy mixtape right there, see in the background. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing some of the joints. I might be talking all the way through, but you got the links in the description. That way, if you don't catch on to something, you can definitely go stream it and download it. You know, some of my tracks is on the Apple now. You can search on the Apple Music, Spotify, and they probably have it on some other social, um, streaming platforms. Also, um, YouTube. YouTube got some kind of thing where if you type up, it's just like DJ Green Hornet Topics, something like that. So you'll see, um, the latest project, my second joint I put out, which is called the 8 tracks. And I'm gonna be talking a little bit about that too, while I'm doing this show. And the Dope Boys. So I actually put out two projects. Tonight I'm going to talk about the one project, and maybe the week after next I'll talk about the 8 tracks mixtape. And yeah, so if you're not a subscriber to mine, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, donate to the show. I appreciate that. Thank you for everybody that checked in the last uploads. I don't get too many people that watch my channel, and that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. But appreciate all the people that checked in and watched the replays. I had somebody come in last week and join in to the show live. That was cool. That's always nice when somebody come in for a minute and chat. Shout out to the homie L Cool J that checked on the show last week. But yeah, I'm not gonna make this show too long tonight, but just wanted to break some stuff down. So I'm gonna go talk, go through the motions of the album, stuff like that. So yeah, so if you're catching this replay too, and maybe I might have to edit something, if they get me with some kind of copyright type stuff or whatever, you know what I mean? You already know what time it is. That's why you gotta go to the streaming service and listen to all the joints. So that's just in case if you catching a replay, for anybody gonna watch the video in the future and something, kind of choppy with the video, you already know I probably had to edit some stuff out. So that's what I'm gonna be doing tonight. I know one part I'm gonna kind of edit out, kind of skip it or play a little bit of it and just kind of forward it. But what I want to mention. Yeah, so tonight I'm gonna be doing this show right here, just listen to breakdown. Then I'll probably make another video for you guys tomorrow. Upload. I'm thinking about doing something tomorrow. And next week I'll do like a show like I've been doing recently where I just kind of, put you guys on to stuff or showing you things that, are maybe recent purchase or something that's already, I already have like in a cut that I want to share with you guys. So yeah, all here, it's all about, far as music, film, just history, hip hop, and everything like that. So shout out to, it's been 50 years of hip hop. This is my kind of like my contribution a little bit as far as musically. I'm not a dancer or a graffiti artist or nothing like that, but I do my own like graphics and stuff like that for my mixtape, which I think I do okay. You know what I mean? It's just basic, but I think I do good as far as my cover arts and stuff like that. So that's what it is. So yeah, if you just joining in, make sure you hit the thumbs up, share it, like it, comment, join in into the chat, make it all good too, So um yeah, so next week is just gonna be one of the shows where I just kind of show you guys, talk about some stuff. And then the following week I'll do the listening breakdown of my album, 8 tracks. So that's on Bandcamp. Go check that one out. 8 tracks. You guys can see it. That's what it is. But tonight it's all about the Doughboy mixtape. Try to dress like Doughboy tonight, actually. Got my Carhartt, short sleeve shirt on, khakis. I don't got my pants on. I got my black khaki pants. I didn't go all out like that. Those pants, anyways, I don't use for work now. They starting like fade. Those my work pants now, with my black shirt still crispy. But yeah, let me tell you something about, give you a little background before I start playing some of the tracks of the mixtape. So a few years ago, actually, the few years ago, or actually it was almost about like 10 years or so, almost 8 to 10 years, I came up with this background of my cover art. And I did several covers, and some of them I used for like mixtapes and stuff like that. But I was calling it the shooter series, where like when I start off my mixtape or whatever I do, this is when I was playing like various music mixtapes, as far as that, kind of like blend them in or whatever. So I was gonna start off my mixtape like with maybe like a scene or whatever like that. So I never did it for I never used that as cover for one of those types of mixtapes. So I still had the cover, and I got a couple more. And I thought that, since I already kind of got this cover made, I'm still gonna use them. So I got a few more still in the stash, and that's what I'm gonna do, is use those mixtape covers, because I already, made them. Similar to what you guys need to check that one out too, is the Coffee mixtape cover. If y'all listen to that on my Bandcamp page, those is kind of older covers that I kind of made and kind of revamped them, a little update them to fit, my latest project. But yeah, this Doughboy mixtape, I planned on putting it out last year and then towards last year, but I think I put out so many projects last year. I think I might have put out like 4. Um, yeah, I probably did cinematic, and cinematic the sequel. I think I did the skit tape 3. I might have did Mob Tales and skit tape volume 2. So I did maybe like 4 mixtapes last year. So I didn't want to, put out all my work and stuff like that. But this is the time was right to put it out this year, finish this project up. And I think it came out great because I was able to add more stuff to it, and, update my sounds, and make it, more like a concept album, stuff like that. Even added more. So, yeah. So when I was working on cinematic, uh, the sequel, let me see. I actually put one of the songs that's on the Doughboy mixtape. I'll just call it the Payback. It's on the cinematic, the sequel. So this one of the songs that's on the Doughboy mixtape is actually on the cinematic, the sequel. And I was just gonna use that, and I liked it, how I did, the production and the concept of that track. that I was just going to use the cover art as my single for cinematic, the sequel. But when I started working, I said, well, I want to do something different. I had a different type of beats and stuff for it. So I said, why don't I make it like a Maxi single type project, or maybe like an EP concept type project. So that's what I ended up doing. If you look at the Doughboy mixtape, I have a alternative or the altered mix of the payback. I think on here I called it the payback. On the cinematic, I just called it payback. So even on the mixtape cover, it's a little bit different. I didn't change the writing of that when I put the payback, but or the payback, but I spell it out the payback on the track list or whatever. So if you look on it too, that you'll notice I put 2022 and 2023 as far as when it was done. So yeah, so basically this is like it's a concept mixtape and also it's a maxi single of the payback track that I made. So that's what that is. That's why I got two versions of the payback on this one right here. It's really like a maxi single, kind of like maxi singles back in the days. You might have had the original version, then you might have like a you know remix and a couple more tracks. So that's what this basically is. Um Let me get into I start playing some of this stuff for you guys. A moment. I'm also gonna do on Bandcamp. They have a section where I can do a live listening party type thing on the Bandcamp. So, if you're not subscribed to my Bandcamp, make sure you do that. I'm not sure which day I'm going to do it. I might do it just like a couple of days, like on a Monday or something like that, and do the listening. And I believe it plays for like an hour or something like that, and you guys can kind of like chime in. You know what I mean? So I'll probably send it out on my Twitter and just something like that, and you guys can join in if you want to just type something like that. I think it just lasts for like an hour or something like that. So I played around with it a few weeks ago with the cinematic the sequel because I didn't know if it had that option. So I set it up and I tried it and it was cool, just to have, I can just have that playing while I'm around the house. And if I see you guys type or chime in, I'll just type back. So that's what I do. So, look out for that. And yeah, and probably in a few weeks, getting ideas together and putting a different setup because I want to do something else. I'm gonna start doing, uh, you know, skit tape part 4. Maybe I can, put one more project out before the end of the year. That'd be a part 4, and that I actually that I have like a bonus track too. So that I have a bonus track on there. Also, next month, sometime probably towards the month, I'm gonna be maybe revamping it or uploading. And I mentioned to you guys this last week, the Murderous Hornets mixtape. I kind of remixed the mixtape version, and also I made 2 new tracks. So you get 2 new tracks, and the mixtape version is going to be different. And also, matter of fact, when I get off tonight, I'm going to be working on this again because I said, I can kind of do something else to it also. So, yeah, this one's a work in progress. So you'll get a revamped Murders Hornets. I don't know how it worked as far as, if I upload my bonus tracks, far as, if you already purchased this, will you get the other tracks? I don't know how it worked, but either way, if you might see some extra tracks in this Murderous Hornets. You're like, man, what is that? I mean, they got more tracks. hey, go ahead and listen to it. And if you like them, stream them, stream them, purchase them, download them, whatever like that. So yeah, the Murders Hornets will have like 2 new tracks, and also I'm working on something else. And the mixtape version is going to be different too. So I'm going to retitle that and um in the mixtape too. So I probably change a little bit, and the mixtape version, I have a different title for that. So you'll be able to get the original and you have the updated version, the director's cut or edit of the mixtape. And I was working on this week, going over the Huntsville villain. That's on the Bandcamp page. Yeah, I'm just going over, gonna change a few things and messing with the sound, trying to get the sound more crispy and update the level of the beat. So I don't know how it works as far as I'm gonna have to maybe do a re-upload or something like that. But if anything in the future, when you hear this album, or maybe if I put it on a CD or other streaming services, that some of the tracks will have like maybe like extra boost. So that's what I'll be doing with the Huntsville. And so yeah, and I got the links to these projects on in the chat right here. So if you want to check out the Murders Hornets, the Huntsville, and the DOUGHBOY mixtape, go ahead, hit that. And also I'm gonna put in the description too. You'll have the links for it also. But yeah, let's play some of these songs. Like I said, I'm not gonna be on too long on here, but yeah, for people that's gonna catch the replay, thank you for supporting, and like I said, share it, listen to it, all that good stuff. Know what I mean? So hopefully the sound is okay. I got a makeshift uh system here. So I live in an apartment. If I lived in my house, I'll probably put it on my system right there, just play it off that. I do live in an apartment. I don't have my house right now. But yeah, let me play some of this stuff. And once again, I'll probably talk through some of these tracks, but if you want to listen to it in full, make sure you go to all the platforms that I mentioned to check it out. You know what I mean? So the next track is called The Intro. Then it runs into, on Crenshaw. And, I just wanted to kind of set the tone of the mixtape, kind of grimy and dark, just like the album cover. It deals with kind of like a dark matter. You know what I mean? This is straight up a gangster rap, hip hop experimental album. You know what I mean? So definitely a experimental alternative type hip hop. That's why I kind of call my stuff too, or soundtrack music. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's get on to the first track. I'll call this one. This is the intro, and on Crenshaw. So let me play this one. So, hopefully you guys can hear it. Yeah, setting the tone off real dark and grimy. So this beat right here, I said dark and grimy. and it runs into a skit. I'm just gonna play a little bit of the skit right here. So I don't know, I don't want to say I'm not sure if I hit a strike, but you go download it and stream it. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is the intro right here. This might sound kind of familiar for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is a concept album, Doughboy Mixtape by your man DJ Green Hornet. You know what I'm saying? Make it real, set the tone off right for the mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's the first track. That's the intro on Crenshaw right there. So yeah, so we're gonna get into the second track, and this is a short project right here. Sony 6 tracks. Once again, it's a maxi single of the Payback. So you call it a mini EP, you can call it a mixtape, whatever you want, but it's really the maxi single of the song, the Payback, slash Doughboy Mixtape, But yeah, the next one is called Got Rock. And so Got Rock, I try to make it kind of all the subject of like I said, it's a gangster rap concept album. So all the subject matter is hard, you know what I mean? It's real cold. But the music and a pick for this track right here, I try to make it a little kind of like humorous, or a little bit, even though the subject matter is kind of hard. But I wanted to make it a vibe or a feeling, that it's kind of humorous too. So when I'm doing these tracks and stuff like this too, I always kind of make it feel like if you're watching a course dialogue from a film, that this is the music that you'll hear in that particular scene. So that's what I try to do too. So I'm scoring film, stuff like that. So let's get into the second track. I'll call it Got Rock. Let's get into it. Hopefully y'all can hear everything crisp. Yeah, little intro right here.
Doughboy, got some blow, got some rock. Get the fuck out my face.
Yeah.
Keep them goddamn babies off the street.
Doughboy. Yeah. Doughboy Mixtape by your man DJ Green Hornet. 50 years of hip hop, I had to add some drums, you know what I'm saying? My project has to add some drums with the intro for y'all can, rhyme on or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's what I did for this project too, and kind of made it a lot more instrumental too. So that's the main thing. So I like to add the dialogue, but then you got an instrumental to rhyme too, you know what I mean? I know back in the day, when I was younger, like my teen years, and my friends or something like that, somebody had like an intro or an instrumental beat, you'd be trying to like rap and stuff like that. I don't rap, but friends or whatever, you try to do something, but that was the part to listen to in the car or something like that home, then you'd be trying to rap over that little instrumental, stuff like that. So yeah, so let's get into the third track. And this is the original mix of the song that I'm talking about. And this is the single and the main track that this mixtape was made around. And it's also on the cinematic sequel mixtape that I put out last year. So let's play the third track, which is the Payback, And this is the original mix. That's me on a scratching right there on the intro. You know what I mean? Made the beat kind of wavy. You know what I mean? Man, DJ Green Hornet, production, everything. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my homie Killer Swag. Yeah, so all the stuff, you know, all the chops, loops, scratches and stuff like that, that's through all the beats. You know. Yeah, my man, Killer Swag. I gotta find out how to make you a mod. So I don't know how to do that. Let me see. Oh, add as a moderator. That's easy. Man, that standard can review, remove. Let me see. There you go. Yeah. So right now I'm just going over on my one of my latest project, the DOUGHBOY Mixtape. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on tonight. Yeah. You know, all my joints. Yeah. So if you listen to all my stuff, you know, I do a lot of dialogue and from clips and movies and stuff like that. So we talking about the DOUGHBOY Mixtape. It was just kind of like a, you know, as far as it's a mixtape. It's a maxi single too. It's a concept album too. So I'll call it a gangster rap. It's a gangster rap mixtape. You know what I mean? So basically, that's what this is right here. So in case you didn't know, I put out two projects. I put out this. That's the current one. Then I put out the 50 years hip hop, which I call it the 8 tracks. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to the homie Killer Swag. I was listening to your show earlier and you had Tay on there. I've been subscribed to her channel, so I know what her about. I watch her show and stuff like that. So I catch her once in a while. So that was a cool show. So yeah, that track right there, that was the third track. Track is called The Payback. That was the original mix. So we're gonna get into the fourth track. This one's called The Next Morning. So this next morning right here. And I tried to make this one kind of like somber, you know what I mean? So this was on like a hi-fi track, and you know, I just needed the background of the music, you know, just like if you're watching a film, you know, this was kind of like what my interpretation, what I think it would sound like, you know what I mean? So that's basically what I do. So let's listen to the fourth track, which is called The Next Morning.
DOUGHBOY is down with us.
Yeah.
Turned on the TV this morning. Had this shit on about living in a violent world. Showed all these foreign places foreigners living on. Started thinking, man.
Always like the message in this scene right here, you know,
either they don't know,
towards the end of the show. Or the movie, I should say. I always like the dialogue on this one.
I don't care about what's going on in the hood.
Yeah, once again, a lot of instrumental on these latest projects. You know, I always am like I add my dialogue and stuff like that to set off the tone of the beats. But you know,
The Green Hornet.
All I care about is music. Before I got it cut.
a lot of interlude and instrumental type things on this one. Short project, short and sweet. Maxi single, EP. So yeah, that was the track called The Next Morning. So yeah, we're gonna play. You're getting towards almost the end. So this is the fifth track. This is the altered version of The Payback. And this is a track is, you know, I really like this track too. even though it's like a remix and altered version, because the way I had to put it together, edit, and add some kind of and some other stuff too. It was a different kind of technique, which I'm gonna be going probably over some older stuff and just trying it out, trying different stuff. Like, oh, I can do this. You know, I can do something else too. I can do like I said, you know, what I did to that track. So that'll make things in the future um even better when I do kind of my production and I use like the dialogue and stuff like that. As long as it just comes out right. But yeah, this altered version is was special because I had to use a different technique to this track. You know, I give it a different feel from even what's in the movie. But yeah, this track right here is the fifth track, but it's almost like the last track of the mixtape of the project right here. You know, I got an outro. I'm gonna play that in a moment. But this is basically like the last track, you know, and I wanted to do um you know, I didn't want to end it like this. So that's just why I had to add something else at the end. But yeah, let's get into the payback, the altered mix. Let's play that one.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Yeah, try
Turn
to
your
do
punk ass on.
something different, you know what I mean?
I'm about to do it, man. I pull the fucking trigger.
Hopefully y'all enjoying the show, you know. Everybody make sure you give it a thumbs up and share it, you know, like it,
Let's go, man.
donate to the show,
Man, come on,
support it,
man.
you know what I mean?
What you doing, man?
You know, put people on.
Come on, let's go, man. Do it, man. Come on, nigga, man. Yeah, come on. Come on, shit. Get out here. So, fucking police. Yeah, that's it. Fuck a fight.
You know, I kind of made it even the scene a little bit more serious, you know, with this type of beat. Yep. So yeah, we get into thank you. So I'm getting to mostly like the last track, like I said, it's just the intro, and I call it Sound Alarm 2. Now, Sound Alarm 1 is actually on the 8 tracks, which is the intro. But you know, I had wanted to do something real quick, you know, to actually end the mixtape, you know. So I got an intro and I had to add the outro, which is, you know, basically like the credits. The credits. So we're gonna go into Sound Alarm 2. This is the outro. Remember, Sound Alarm 1 is on the 8 tracks. So let's play. This is the outro right here.
That's who I think it is.
Yeah. So you got the 12-bit sound, you know what I mean? The filter and the outro, you know, 12-bit sound. A lot of 12-bit, you know, sounds on this project, and you know, filters and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, for the Doughboy mixtape. The short album. It's only, I don't know how long. I think it's only about like 7, 8 minutes long. You know, it's not really a long track. My 8 tracks album, you know, it's a little longer EP. It's like 15 minutes. So that one's pretty good. far as timing. But this one, main thing tonight was showing you guys the Doughboy mixtape, which is the maxi single of the track, the Payback. So a little experimental hip hop type thing. You know what I mean? Showing you guys. So I made the cover like the LP. I made it worn out. 50 years of hip hop, Doughboy mixtape, and got my tag up here. You know what I'm saying? See what he got going on in his eyes. That's what's on his mind. Crime scene right there. You know, parental advisory. You know what I mean? This is a gangster experimental rap tape. So this is that gangster right here. And you can make sure, guys. Let me look some of this stuff up too while I'm on here. Why don't I do that? Yeah, so if you actually Google, like on YouTube, you'll see some of my tracks. They got something called DJ Green Hornet Topics. And, if you go to the Bandcamp page, I have more. You'll hear the full version. You hear a lot of the projects, but as far as the ones I uploaded on the YouTube or they got on the topics, it's select tracks. So I got like 13 tracks for the cinematic, 14 for the skit tape, and maybe 4 for social distance, and 5 for the mob tales. So basically, I didn't put like all my stuff on the other streaming service like the Apple and the Spotify and stuff like that. Because some things I'm doing, like, since my tracks is kind of short, kind of like dialogue and like kind of snippets and stuff like that. I don't think a lot of people want to hear that, but the songs like I got like the Payback, and it's kind of longer with the beat and with the like or a long instrumental and stuff like that. I upload those type of tracks on the Spotify. So yes, but that's on YouTube right there. You can go to DJ Green Hornet Topics. But let me check something as far as the Apple Music. Let me see something for a moment. Yeah, I'm gonna click on this. Yeah, so if you go on the Apple Music, you'll see some of those same tracks. Now, what I was supposed to do this weekend, it's been so hot, but I need to take like a picture or something like that. So when you actually, go to these pages, you'll see my face. So I'm gonna have to, do that. It's just been too hot. I wanted to take like some photos outside and stuff like that. I had a, outfit I wanted to put together, but it's too hot. But I need to take like some kind of promo pictures or something. But yeah, if you go to the Apple Music, you'll see some of the songs. Got some of the songs scrolling through. Top songs. So I got a lot of stuff on there. Like got some of my stuff that I uploaded from the Grindhouse mixtape and the Blaxploitation mixtape. Got a few tracks on there. And let me check the Spotify for you guys. It's cool that we live in a day and age where you can actually like upload and put your own stuff out. So anybody can do this stuff. It's good that people can do stuff like on YouTube and make your own music. And if you got an artist and you want to support them, you can just go ahead and kind of like support an artist. It can be local, amateur, professional, stuff like that. So it's an open market. So, but yeah, if you go to Spotify, I got 6 monthly listeners. So that's what's up, that's following me. But see all the releases right here, say popular releases. So yeah, so let me see. yeah, you can see got cinematic sequel on there, 8 track, skit tape 3, Blaxploitation, Grindhouse mixtape, Social Distance, Hunt Civilian. We got the 1 track from Coffee mixtape and cinematic and Mobtail. So you got a few tracks on there that's on my Spotify. Yeah, that's all right. Let me see something. Uh, I haven't did it yet, but I'm thinking about uploading a few tracks on the Tune Bubble. Let me see if I can still find. Let me see if I can put up that link for you guys. Oh, yeah. So, oh, here we go. Yeah. So I have a website, or not a website, but another streaming service. And I haven't been on it in a while, but I'll probably add a few things from these latest projects on the Tune Bubble. I got a couple few things on here now, cinematic sequel, skit tape, and cinematic and stuff like that. So maybe 4, you know, songs each or something like from the latest projects from the Doughboy mixtape and the cinematic, not the cinematic, but the 8 tracks mixtape. So that's mainly it for tonight. If the homie Killer Swag, if you got any questions or stuff like that, or what I do, any projects and stuff like that, make sure you type it in, you know. But basically tonight we're just going over, and breaking down and listening to my latest project, or one of my latest projects, which is the Doughboy mixtape. And I wanted to really play that online. And if you go to my main page, I have a section on a playlist where I think I broke down most of all the projects I put, so you can go click on them. And when you listen to my stuff, and then you can go back to the mixtape and um you can go into my videos and actually click on and watch me breaking down and talking about each track, like I'm doing, like I did tonight. Actually, what are your upcoming projects? Well, my upcoming projects is basically this is it right here. So the the new latest ones, once again, I put these out like 2 weeks ago. The Doughboy mixtape, and I had one called 8 tracks. Now in the future, my upcoming projects, I want to put out the skit tape 4, which is, if you listen to any of my projects, it's called a skit tape, is mostly experimental type beats. So this one, like the latest projects, is more sample heavy, and more dialogue and stuff like that. So the upcoming projects, hopefully I'll be able to put that out towards the end of the year. It'll be the skit tape part 4, which I'm going to be, doing more, I said more experimental, more maybe drums, maybe a jungle track, maybe try to do a reggae type beat and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be setting up more different type of gear. Some of my gear I haven't used in a while, or some of my newest gear for I can get used to making stuff on them. But at the same time, I'll be working on some other stuff too for I can have for next year, more traditional, more like stuff I did now. But the 2 latest projects is really for the 50 years of hip hop. So I put out 2 mixtape, and whatever I do for the end of the year, which is get tape 4, it'd be for the 50 years of hip hop. But this is just like an introduction. I haven't put out anything um, this year, and it's like August. So, but I did, once again, I put out 2 projects at the same time, but also I worked on different production too. So I'm doing, I got other beats and things that I've made and put together, but it got to fit the project. So whatever I did on the Doughboy mixtape was for the Doughboy mixtape, and whatever I did for the 8-track mixtape, I felt you know, was the right beats and production I wanted on that project. Yeah, so when I do the skit tape part 4, be more experimental tracks and stuff like that, And yeah, I'm just gonna do. I already kind of decided what kind of tracks I want to do. I want to try to make like another reggae track. If you listen to my my one track, going foreign, it's got like a reggae vibe to it. So not like a dance hall track, but more like a reggae. So I might do like a reggae type vibe track, or maybe like one jungle track, and maybe one house type of beat or something like that. And maybe it's just other tracks might be just different, and that'd be it for as far as the latest projects. But I might throw out one Lucy. I mentioned it earlier. That'd be like a surprise. So I'll probably throw out one Lucy, since I already got the cover, already made the cover. So I'll make that like one single track. So maybe I'll throw that one out in a couple months and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I did mention earlier in the show that I'm going to be um, uploading next month 2 more tracks to my Murders Hornets tracker right here. That's on the Bandcamp. I made like 2 more tracks, and I kind of redid what I call the mixtape version, which, if you download the whole project, you just get like one track that's kind of like blended in. So you can just kind of, since my project's kind of shorter, they like 12 minutes, 15 minutes. I got a couple, like 2 or 3 of them, like 19 minutes or something like that. But I always put on the Bandcamp page as the mixtape version, far as a bonus track. So when you download it, you get that last track, which you can just press play, and you can just let it rock or whatever, and they kind of blend in. And sometimes I add a little something in between and stuff like that, and make it a little bit different. But of course, you got to download the full album to hear that. But of course, you can download the singles. You're like, hey, I just like this one. That's cool with me or whatever. But for people that that want to really like all the songs, you're just gonna get that mixtape version where they all kind of blend together and stuff like that. So yeah, that is something I mentioned earlier about working on the Murders Hornets, and finally giving y'all guys those 2 bonus tracks. And when I get off of here, I'm gonna be working on something else that had some ideas for the project too. And this week I was working the quality and going over some stuff for redoing some tracks for the Hunts Villain project. I put out, I was like, I guess it's 2021, so like 2 years ago. But I wanted to get the sound, that's like maybe like my 4th project, 3rd or 4th project. And I'm still kind of, since I'm kind of engineering and putting things together, some of the beats wasn't maybe as loud as I wanted to be. And I kind of like tweaked some of the, maybe like the beats or the dialogue, but it's basically the same album. And I'm going to either replace some of those tracks, or I'll probably upload some of those projects I redone on maybe on the Apple Music or something like that. So let me see. I'll play something else. I'll play something from the Huntsville and kind of inspired by. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, this one's kind of inspired by the homie Ghostface, you know what I mean? So if you might be familiar with this beat right here, I did the production and stuff like that. I used to sing sample, but got the concept, His track is talking about the watch, and this track is talking about the watch. If you are watching this from the clouds, come out, cloud subscribes. Thank you. Thank you for the help. But yeah, this track I'm gonna play. This is for the Huntsville, and I believe this is the one that's on Spotify. But yeah, once again, this track is inspired by the homie, the rapper, musician, Ghostface Killer. I using the same beat he did, but I twisted, and his song is called The Watch, and I just happened to find a scene where they're talking about a watch. So let's play that one. I haven't played that one in a while for you guys, but let's play that one. This will be cool. Oh.
Watch is involved. Now here's your gun. Give me my watch.
Hope this is loud enough. Once again, this is one of the songs that I have to kind of update.
I want my watch. Here's your watch.
The sound.
There's your watch. You prick. Is it broken? Watch. Is it broken? Son of a bitch. My father gave me this watch.
Well, give it to me. I'll see if I
Get
can
away,
fix it.
get away.
Well, give it to me. Here, I think I know a guy who can put it together again. He's a watch expert. Here.
Winding stem is gone.
Winding stem is gone. Let's see.
Look at this. Look what you're doing.
I'm sorry. You don't have the time, do you?
You think this is a joke?
Yeah, in dialogue I got this
No.
I had the watch 20 years. Oh, yes.
dialogue I got this movie
That's
from.
long
It's
enough.
pretty good though.
What's it? Is this the winding stem here, this thing? Is that it?
And when I heard it, I already knew what I had to do
I think
with
it's
it.
one of
So
the hands.
The hands,
Yeah.
one of the hands. Jesus Christ, there's nothing left of this watch.
yeah. So that's one of the tracks I'm gonna be doing over. I don't know, as far as the sound, boosting up the sound on that one. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. But I think for everybody stopping by, at least the homie Killer Swag, shout out to him. Make sure you subscribe to his page, and Sweet Melody, you know what I mean? So yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed the show, and if y'all catch this replay, always like playing my stuff and doing a breakdown for you guys. I think it's always kind of cool for me to do that. And I want to get off this thing before I can finish up some, what I was working on, you guys, telling you guys about. So yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I'm going to jump off this thing. I just wanted to make a quick show and play this stuff like that. So in a week or two, I'm going to do another listen breakdown for the other project. But next week, I'll probably just upload or do my regular kind of show where I just kind of like pull out stuff and try to put you guys on, or at least talk about, some things, what I got going on, whatever. But yeah, man. Thanks for stopping by. And for the support, is all good. Yeah. So this is your man, DJ Green Hornet. This has been the Digital Dust No Bad Energy show. No drama over here. It's the No Bad Energy Show. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm out. Peace.